Good evening, everybody. We just got off work. We did not vlog anything before work because there's really nothing interesting about two zombies putting on human clothes and driving a car, because that's what we were.
Sounds like a movie, though.
It's true, that could be a good movie.
Two zombies putting human clothes on, driving a car.
Yeah.
I'd be into that.
I'd be into that too. We are on our way home. I'm going to be turning around and going straight to Bible study. And I think Danielle's going to have some pretty interesting vlogging to do for you guys that you're going to want to watch.
A little bit of how-tos coming your way.
How-tos are going to be good.
In a few minutes, because this video will be a lot shorter than the time it takes for us to get home.
We're time travelers. 8.1 gigawatts. We got our flux capacitor hidden in the dash. And we are right now traveling through
Nope. Still 6:30.
Oh, man. This hour change has kicked my butt. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I don't know why they do it. Just leave it to where it stays sunniest the longest. And leave it at that.
I think that's why they changed it, though.
Well, you know what? Go move to
Arizona.
To Germany.
Arizona,
yeah. They don't do time change in Arizona.
No time changes in Arizona.
They know what they're talking about over there. Now, spring, or is it fall back?
Yeah.
That's good because you get an extra hour of sleep, so you're not always, it doesn't really knock you off too much. But spring forward, man.
It does stink.
I'm a sleepy boy.
Show you guys the progress that my green onions have made, the ones that I have here in my kitchen. So let me show you how much they've grown within just the last week or so. It's kind of crazy. But that's them. Just growing right out of the top. So here's like one of them, for example. And right there is where they were cut. They've grown that much. So I mean, there's nothing special about the water. I empty it out every other day and replace it with clean water. So, I mean, they're doing really, really well as far as the growth, and so I'm really excited. I'm hoping that they'll stay healthy and keep growing so I don't have to buy green onions again. So that's pretty cool. I've also been doing some other type of gardening as well, kind of getting into my green thumb. There's one thing that I'm starting to do is growing my own vegetables, as mentioned yesterday or a couple days ago. So I'm going to grow tomatoes, and you have to start tomatoes inside about 5 or 6 weeks before it's warm enough to transport them outside. So at this time, they are right now in their little bins here, and I have them covered up with saran wrap because I pour warm water on them, and then you have to cover them up to keep the water from evaporating, so it kind of is like a little greenhouse effect. So they're going to be here for now, and eventually when they start actually coming out of the ground, I'm going to put them over on a ledge. I'm going to build something over there so that the light will come in on them when they're still in here. So waiting on those. It should only take a couple more days before they start sprouting. So that's one thing. And the second thing here is something that I found on Pinterest. Shocking. You grow your own pineapple. So this is just the top of a pineapple cut with a little bit of flesh on the bottom. And what you do is you keep this in here for, they say it can take a couple years, but I'm willing to wait. And in the center, a flower is going to grow, and the flower will actually germinate into the actual plant itself. So Drew came to our Bible study tonight for the first time. The Bible study is called Man Mondays. We basically get together, a bunch of guys from the church, and we discuss what it really means to be a man based off, Proverbs and Scripture and things like that. It's awesome. Tonight was Drew's first time, so I would like to hear from Drew what your thoughts were of your first visit.
Well, it was a little bit of a miss-up. Earlier in the day, I asked Chris what we had to be reading for tonight's session, and he had texted me Proverbs, but for some reason I interpret that as reading Psalms and
Dyslexia.
dyslexia. And so I read Psalms chapter 4, and we get all get together, and I wind up it's Proverbs. So
He's cramming at the last second.
Crammed at the last second, procrastination, and it was great. It was a great time. We had a lot of fun. Had good talks, just discussing and really deeping down into Scripture. So it was great.
Like I've told you guys before, I know a lot of people that watch this vlog are not necessarily all Christians per se, but I've also talked with you about the importance of having a group of guys that you can talk to about anything, that you can kind of just spill your guts to help you go through difficult times in life and things like that. I'm not telling you to, run and become a missionary in some third world country, but it is good for men to sit down and practice discussion and practice opening it up. So that's something you guys might want to consider. You don't have to, it's just something that I've seen impact my life positively. Drew's seen that in his life. I would love to, if you guys do that, I would love for you guys to comment at the bottom. Girls, if you do it with girls or even in your church or whatever type of group setting you're in, let us know how that has impacted your life. So maybe somebody will read your comment and see the example that you've been leading and maybe pursue doing the same thing. Nothing like watching The Bachelor and having some Kashi Cinnamon Harvest cereal for dinner. He's still going at his piggy. He's like, I love those things so much. There's still some cotton inside of it, and he's not satisfied until he's ripped all of its gizzards out, basically. And I'll end up cleaning it up. That's okay. I'm glad he's happy. Chewy. Chewy. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can see I was talking about how I'm going to have to pick up the gizzards of Chewy's pig, and Drew's over here wrestling with him. Chewy, come on.
Come on.
Go on.
Come on. Oh, come on.
Careful, he could hurt himself.
Come on.
He's so fat.
Don't tear it. Don't tear it. We made it. We made it. It's okay. It's okay. We made it. We made it.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm on the bed.